becoming eligible to become the voter, and they are eligible to vote. And we have to encourage them, and we have to also tell them democratic values and the responsibility of uh, them in voting in the elections. The ultimate aim is that we should increase the participation of the people in this democratic process. I think that is the main objective on which we have been telling. Particularly now, the government of India is telling us, and they want us to go through the educational institutions, particularly the students who are studying with the universities and colleges. We have to take the message to the people in the classrooms, and we have to bring this information to the people, and the value of this, and the importance of this, and their right to vote, and the responsibility they have in performing the duties in a democratic process. So that is the aim on which this entire scheme is. You all know that Ministry of Education has come out with this idea of reaching through the colleges and universities, and our aim is to reach through maximum number of people, particularly the stakeholders. Now we are meeting in this meeting, Google meeting. The idea is that we can put our request to the stakeholders, and also the like-minded students who are participating in this program, for them to take the message to the people, the clientele, the targeted group. That is what the scheme is now. We are going to talk about MERA PEHLA, what DESH ke liye. This is the caption on which this entire campaign is now going on throughout India, and our university is taking it in a very large scale all over India. Like our regional center Chennai, all the regions, we have 57 regional centers all over India, which is covering from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. So Chennai, we took it very seriously, and we are now educating our people, and we want the support of each and every one of you, particularly the stakeholders who deal with the youngsters, particularly. And on this important occasion, Tirupal Avarkal, he has been very kind to, consented to participate in this. I will also give a brief introduction about Mr. Tirupal. He is a senior revenue officer working in Greater Chennai Corporation in the revenue department. Mm, um, and he's a very experienced person. I think he's a uh, assistant electoral registration officer, AERO, also for the Corporation of Chennai. So he's an apt person. He is the right person to talk about this topic today, the importance of voting in the ensuing 18th Lok Sabha to be held very soon. So I conclude with my initial remarks here, and may I now request Mr. Tirupal to present his speech and address you all. Thank you very much. Sir, you can commence your speech.
Good evening, all. Thank you for inviting me to give a lecture about electoral process for the students studying through media in IGNOU. Really, I am taking pleasure to give some message about the election process in our country. I'm really thankful to the persons who are inviting me, and I want to thank Dr. Bhim Rao, who is suggested my name to your institution, so that I'm really happy about now. Amidst my busy schedule, I am taking some time to give enlightenment regarding with the issue now. Actually, many of our people may not know how the election and voting rights come to our marginalized and common people in our country. I think many of you may not knowing the fact what were happened, the things what were in those period before independence. say during pre-independence days, there were people were given the right to vote for three P's. One P is property taxpayers. Another one, the person who is having the patta. Another one is a patadari or a graduate. So these three kind of people only are giving a right to vote in those period. So generally, when we are coming to talk about these three P's, are mostly landlords and some jamindari or some people who got some education. So they only allowed to vote to elect the bureaucrats in those period. Now I want to come to the scenario. Actually, in 1885, the Congress movement was started by Alan Napoleon Hume with a few of the Indian persons, some from Bengal, Umesh Chandra Banerjee, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, some of the Banerjees and Mukherjees from Bengal. They joined with the movement. So in those days, Congress was merely a movement not requiring the very essence of the ruling ourselves. Just they are begging the some business rights from the British government till 1920. So during the 1920, it is a remarkable period in the history of our India. So 1920, Mahatma Gandhi, he came and joined as president of Congress. The moment he joined, the people already got members in Congress movement. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, he went away. He started a forward bloc, I mean Communist Party, as well as Madan Mohan Malaviya, he started Hindu Mahasabha. So one movement split into three movements after Mahatma Gandhi's presidential post in the Congress. So even when Gandhi, our Mahatma Gandhi, became a leader in the party, he himself didn't have the a right thinking about the country's welfare in future. He was also asking some rights from the British government on the business and commercial activities. So at the moment, in papers, in newspapers, one news was there. 100 years, I mean, 100 years, remarkable event happened in the South America when British government delivered a deliverance to the colonial country for the, I mean, the country under their control is South America was given a liberty on the basis of the majority. The majority constituted one is lingual majority, another one is religious majority, another one is a racial majority. So they confined the majority and they have given the uh, ruling right to the hands in the majority people. So it was prevalent news during the 1920s in India also. In all the newspapers, the news was took place. All our national leaders and all the educated persons got this impact from this message. Okay, all our leaders and some educated persons started to think why we not to rule the country. It is our country. We should raise our voice and we should rule ourselves. So everyone started to asking we should rule our country. So British should go away from India. So this is the struggle started from 1920s. So everyone coming to this platform asking to give our country in our hands. So we should rule our country. So all the British people should leave the country. It is our country. We should rule the country. Then British are asking our leaders, okay, we are ready to leave the country, but who will be there to rule the country? So we should ready to give the power to rule the country, but to whom we should give the key to rule the country? Because actually India is the country um, having the lot of controversies because communal, religious, and many traditional and cultural. Because India is not merely a country; it is a subcontinent. So we can see many type of peoples with the different feelings and faiths and hopes and aspects. In southern parts they are having different type of traditions. In northern parts they are having the different types of traditions and cultures and everything. So at one night all should come in one. It is impossible to come in the same platform at a time. So due to these controversies because of the language and the religious faith and a communal problem also. So, many of the people, I want to say that, I mean, yeah, it is very, um, uh, I'm not supposed to say that word now because people are not having the equal, equal right, equality, or I mean, among our country, I mean, our people, brotherhood. He is my brother, he is my sister. So, this was not there at the time. So, um, um, inequality is prevalently occurs all over the country. So, this was the major ill spoiling our country. Hello? Hello?
Sir, audible,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, you are go ahead.
Okay, okay.
Go ahead, sir. You
Okay,
go
so
ahead.
that
Mm.
so this was a major disease also for our country progress also in those days. So it was a problem for Indians to come in a single platform or making themselves as a single identity. So people were scattered into four groups, Varna system. So people are not thinking that they're all having the one value. So people doesn't have that mentality. He is equal to me. He is my brother, and what status I'm having, the same status he is also having. So people are not willing to accept each and everyone in the same platform. So it leads to inequality. So that's why British are supposed to ask that question at our leaders and in those days. So in during 1926, everyone asking most of the leaders in Congress they were asking Dominion status. So British are also says okay, we are giving whatever you ask, but you should prove the unity. Then we give. At the time, Congress and other people are looking for the majority. So they want to make one uniformity or one majority by saying it is a religious country. Many of the people about this thing. Then they gone and changed the population. So in those days, 68% were out of the Hindu religion. So in 68% Muslims, 18 and untouchables are 35%, and Christians and Muslims, in Anglo-Indians and Jains and Sikhs were. So these all the groups constituted nearly 68%, but 32% in the Hindu fold. So it was major problem to the Indian subcontinent to get a freedom or a liberty from British India. So British people says you should show the majority, then we'll leave the country. Then Gandhi decided, okay, we'll do that. At the time, this British government sent Simon Commission to see and get the report from the all over the country. So Simon also given a statement to the Britishers. Finally, British government convey a message. All the hello, hello, hello.
Sir,
Yeah,
please
you
go ahead,
speak.
sir.
You
You are
speak.
audible, sir.
Okay, okay. Just now I entered into office.
Yes, sir.
You
Still I am
continue.
in the travel.
Please,
No, you
please.
can continue.
So 1927 and 28, Simon Commission came to India. So Sir James Simon went all the parts of the country. At the time, Dr. Babasa Ambedkar accompanied with Simon. So he was telling, so there are two types of India. One India is untouchable, one India is untouchable. So will not go same time in the same platform. So we were treated worse than animals, so that will not enter into a new country with these people, the so-called Hindus, because they have given a worse treatment uh, till this period. So we need a separate electorate and separate settlement. So he placed the his requirements during this period. So this was taken to the Britishers also. So Britishers says finally all the representations from the Indian subcontinent, all the leaders, Sikhs, Parsis, Jains, Anglo-Indians and Christian, Muslims and whoever wanted, let them come to England. So British government convened one meeting, first roundtable conference in 1929 in London. So at the time, all the leaders participated in that conference. Everyone given the representations and their vested interest in the upcoming, for the welfare of the people in the regions they belonging. At the time, Baba Ambedkar was argued with the Britishers, okay, we are ready, but during the, electing the government or setting a government, on which way we are to elect the government. So far, the graduates and property taxpayers and landlords only allowed to, cast their vote.
I think it is got disconnected. I think you are talking through the mobile. Suppose I think this mobile is switched off. Dr. Zarina?
Sir, I am calling, sir.
Anyway, Mr. Tripal is giving the background of the electoral process uh, pre-independence. I
Hello?
think we will talk about
Sir, disconnect right, sir.
we will talk about the
Please,
post-independence electoral process. Dr. Zarina. So we will ask him to concentrate on post-independence electoral process, so that we will confine to the discussion, and
yes, sir. Yes.
we will have some time for interaction with the with the participants also. So the time is also up. So let us now confine only to briefly telling about and we will have some interaction.
Hello? Sir, post independence கொஞ்சம் கான்சென்ட்ரேட் பண்ணி சொல்லுங்க சார். வாங்க சார் ப்ளீஸ்.
Comments from post independence. Okay, welcome back. Yeah, please continue. You can unmute and continue, sir. Please unmute
Sir,
your
please
mic.
unmute, sir. Mute-ல இருக்கு சார். Sir, audio is in mute. Unmute பண்ணுங்க சார், please. ஆடியோ அன்மியூட் பண்ணுங்க சார்.
Ask someone to unmute it, sir.
சார் அன்மியூட் பண்ணுங்க சார். சார் மியூட்ல இருக்கு சார், அன்மியூட் பண்ணுங்க. பண்ணுங்க சார், எப்படியோ பண்ணுங்க, கொஞ்சம் பாருங்க.
So in the meantime, we can have some interaction. Any of our coordinator wants to say, or any participant. So till he comes, I think we will invite the remarks from the participants. Our coordinators also present in this meeting. They can also say how they are going to take it to the students. How they are going to take it to the students. So others can interact. In the meantime, he comes.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Sir?
Yes, sir, it is audible, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Audible.
So, நீங்க இப்ப பாத்தீங்கன்னா in 1930 in third round table conference, the British government conferred they have given the right, everyone should having the voting right. Every aged, 18 years age old people can become a voters to elect the rulers of the country. Usually, till everyone, that landlords and taxpayers and graduates only casting their votes. But after this round table conference, their deliverance, so the British government awarded this type of method. So every Indian becoming voters from the date. So 1930 September 24th. So the British government given this type of right to every Indian becoming a voters. This is the starting point to for the election process for the country, for newborn country. So after Second World War and everything happened, that the independence, everything given to us, and then Indian Constitution made by Baba Ambedkar, and India becoming a republican country. So this is the history before independence. So what a person becoming a voter, it is not at all a merely a thing. People doesn't having the value of the vote. So nowadays, as an Indian, we should a person how to elect a right ruler. So before they are going to cast their vote, all the voters should have the enlightened. Okay, we should elect a right person, because vote is not a merely thing. It is a right, one birthright, one man, one value. One value is a one vote. So this is placed in Indian Constitution. So based on this, all the 18 years, now 21 years, I think so. So the people who are completed the 18 years, nowadays they can become a voters of our country. So after becoming a voter, we should perform a, a right way, a right path. We should travel through right path. So we should not supposed to becoming a merely voters. We also as a students and as a citizen and a man hail from our country, because India is a enlightened country in the world. It has a big background. It is ancient country in the world. So India spread love and light to the world. It is enlightened the world. So as a person, we are hailing from the this country. We should proud ourselves. We should think ourselves as a great manner. So while becoming a voter, we should think it is our country. So not only a voter, but we should become a bureaucrats also. We should think, I should come as a ruler. I should rule the country. So every student should have the mentality. It is our duty. See, many students used to think I should come a doctor. I should come as I should become a doctor. I should become a engineer. I should become a civil servant. I should become a great scientist. So students used to think like that. But then, who should become a ruler to rule the country? So youngsters will be the masters in the country one day. They will be the builders of the nation. I mean, many youngster doesn't have the mental about this thing. Every student thinking becoming a doctors, and it is not at all. Every should have the same. Hello.
Sir, you are audible, sir. You can go ahead. Yes, sir.
So, as a student, as a citizen, as a son in the family, as a member from the society, as a good citizen from the country, it is our duty to become a good ruler also. So we should shape our mind and our thinking. I should a great ruler to the country. I should give best to the country. So we should train our mind. We should fill our mind with the goodness for the welfare of the common people living in the country. So in that aspect, every one of us should think it is my duty to become a voter as well as a ruler, so that everyone should come and cast their vote during the voting days or polling day. So many students are not interesting on the election process and all, because they are simply sitting and watching the TV and watching the mobile and chatting the mobile. I mean, chatting with their friends. They doesn't know the importance of the election process and country's welfare stage also. See, youngsters are the pillars of the country. Today, youngsters may be small guys or small persons, but someday they will become a great people in the country. So that during the young stage and the students' days, they should shape their mind. Everyone should have the what is called a conscious about the country, because it is our right, it is our duty to give a good to the country. So as a student, if we are not thinking like that, then who will be the good for the country? All the youngsters, one day they will come older people and aged people. So youngsters should become voters, not only merely voters, they should become a rulers also. They should become bureaucrats also. So they should shape their mind in good way, in good aspects. They should have the conscience about our country's goodness. So everyone should think, irrespective of caste and creed and faith and religious um, uh, fanaticism, everything. Beyond that, we should become a unity power. We should coin our power to develop our country, into the top level in the world. So that thing is in our hands only. Students should think nowadays. They should think. They should convey. They should come together. They should come to in the platform of unity. They should come as a in the manner of solidarity. They should not supposed to have any inequality feelings and inequality concepts and inequality thoughts in their mind. We should have brotherhood in our mind. We should have filled with love and affection towards our fellow men in the country. So if we filled with this aspect, then we'll able to achieve whatever we think. So as a student, it is our responsibility, it is our duty, it is our everything for the welfare of the country. So each one of us should have the same conscious. It is our country. We should strengthen the country walls and everything. So as a pillars of the country, it is our prime duty to vote during the poll day. We should go, we should enter into the polling station, we should cast our vote. So it is prime duty because it is a worthless right given in our hands by the Constitution of India, so that we should think the value of the vote. Because nowadays people are selling their vote for the merely biryani and drinking of liquor for rupees. It is not at all a good. So we should eradicate the system. As a student, we'll have to eradicate, we'll have to educate the common people. Don't do that. Don't encourage the system, because we are not in the places so that unwanted persons coming into that place. As a student, as a right person, we should involve, we should control, we should eradicate the system. So we should evaluate the values of the voting system amongst the common people. It is our duty to go and reach the common people living besides in our area. We should encourage the people to vote in a right way. It's a right, it is a duty, it is a uppermost valuable atmosphere we should make in the country. So as a student, as a citizen, it is our time, it is our good time to vote to a good to the country. So we should think, we should enlighten the common people also. We ourselves enlighten to how to vote, to whom to vote, for what purpose we are to vote. So electing the good person, it is in our hands only. If voters are not able to vote, then rurals are not able to come to the rule the country. So as a voter, we should think in right way to elect a good person. So it is our prime duty. So one man, one value, one vote. So on the basis, it is my right, it is my value. So I am giving whole of my nature or whole of my right to a person who may not be known to me. Is a common person. But voting is not only a merely duty, but we also to go and say the rural also. Sir, you should rule the country in good manner. It is your duty. If you are not able to rule the country, you kindly leave the place. It is, we have to it is our duty to enlighten the people who are coming to the ruling the country. So it is our duty to enlighten the persons also. Not only a duty of voting, also convey the message to them to rule the country in better manner. So Constitution of India giving lot of benefits to us, rights to us. Whatever we want to think, we want to go, we want to do, it permits us. On the basis, it is our duty to convey the goodness to the electors also, so that everyone should have the conscious about the value of voting. Our students, our children should control the parents not to get the money, not to get the liquor for voting. So it is our duty to educate our parents also, our fellow men also. So wherever we go, during the travel, during the classrooms, during in our functions, every should discuss about the value of the voting. When people are not able to value the voting system and the value of the voting, it is our duty to educate them the value of the vote, on what purpose we are trying to vote. So if we are able to feel or come to know the facts, then only we'll have to say this thing. So as a brethren, as a fellow man in the country, I want to enlighten you all to become a good voters, not a merely a voters, good voters. Not only a voters, becoming a good rulers also. Everyone should become a good ruler. So if you feel I should become a good ruler to rule our country, see, if we think good in the stage, if we feel if all our people, all citizens, all our parents or anyone having the goodness of the country, we should able to do the goodness to the country. So if we fill our mind with the goodness, then we can perform good to the country. So we should fill our mind with the love, affection, welfare state of the everyone. Then only will shine in the country. So voting is not at all a merely thing. It is a power to elect a good person. So by closing my lecture, my message, I want to conclude with this. Please fill your mind with the goodness and having the goodness of the country, and think yourself, you one among the pillar of the country, so that your voting right should not supposed to go in merely way, waste or useless. But your vote, your writing vote should shape our country, should shape one politician, should shape one ruler. So by casting our vote, one goodness should arise out of our voting. So we should think about that. because all our national leaders consecrated their life to the welfare of the, upcoming generation in the country. So before independence, all our Indian people were treated as in some other names. After Indian Constitution came into the power, all people named as Indians. So before independence, people are entering into a room one by one. One by one. But after Republic declared, the wall, the opening, the door of a house enlarged. So all the people at the same time trying to enter into the house, not one by one, same time. அதாவது ஒரே அணியில அப்படியே நேரா நின்று அந்த வீட்டுக்குள்ள நுழையிறாங்க. அதுதான் ரிப்பப்ளிகன் கண்ட்ரி. அதுதான் இந்தியன் கான்ஸ்டியூஷன் நம்ம கொடுத்த ஒரு பெரிய உன்னதமான ஒரு பொக்கிஷம். அது நமக்கு, நம்ம வாழ்க்கைக்கு அது கொடுத்த ஒரு பெரிய ஊந்துதல். அதுக்கு முன்னால நம்ம ஒருவர் பின் ஒருவராக தான் அந்த வீட்டுக்குள்ள நுழைவோம். ஆனா இந்திய குடியரசு ஆகும்போது அந்த வீட்டினுடைய கதவுகள் விசாலமாக்கப்பட்டு எல்லாரும் சரிசமமாக நின்று ஒரே நேரம் 10 பேரும் அந்த வீட்டுக்குள்ள நுழையக்கூடிய ஒரு வாய்ப்பு கிடைத்தது. ஸோ அது எவ்வாறு how the Constitution of India reveals itself, the welfare state of the country as such, as a citizen, we should have the same conscience for the welfare of our country. So every children or a student or a age-old persons should filled with this mind and concept and philosophy. So on the eve, one day, the country will becoming a Prabuddha Bharat, as what Constitution says. It is possible when all the students having the conscious about the Indian Constitution, then only will our country will becoming a enlightened India. That is Prabuddha Bharat said in the Indian Constitution. So I want to thank you all. So I think because of many my office pressures and I am unable to give what I want to say. The total, the full information unable to give you now because a lot of calls are coming to me due to the election and my official work. Actually, I am very sorry. Many things I forgotten to placed in this through the message. Anyhow, I have got a good time with you. So finally, I want to tell you, don't waste your voting right. It is a value. It is your birthright. So you all should have the value of the vote and do the good to the country. Thank you for all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tirupal, and you have given a very wonderful presentation. And in fact, you have given the background of voting, evolution of voting right in India, and I think it's very good. I think it is very informative, encouraging also. Definitely, I think I feel it should have been very useful, very more informative to the listeners, the participants of this program. And you have really, I think, given a lot of new information to the participants, including that this the voting rights when it was given to the people during British India, and you have also, I think we can also say about this voting rights for women not given prior to 1921. It was not there in the British period, and we can proud to say that the Madras and Bombay presidencies are the one who came forward in the beginning to give the women voting right. I think it is having a lot of historical importance. Voting has not just come to the people; it is a power given to the people, and with irrespective of their caste, creed, and religion, region, anything. So previously it was very selective. The power is given to them, but now it is universal power given to the people. The only thing is whoever is completing the age of 18 now given the right to vote. I think that is what important. It is a kind of an instrument in the hands of the people to select and elect their own, leaders. It is that much powerful, the voting right. I think that is why time and again the governments are saying about this importance of it is particularly we have to keep this in the minds of the youngsters who have to repose their faith in the democratic process, because it is our duty as elders to make them understand the importance of the voting power and the right of their voting and selecting. They are taking part in the democratic process and selecting the right leader. These are all, the important things. I think you have touched upon all the, important aspects of this electoral process and its importance. Thank you very much. On behalf of IGNO, I'm thanking you, Mr. Tripal, in spite of your, hectic schedule. You could make a very good presentation, even on your travel. I could see that you are so committed to give the information to us. I am very much thankful to you. Now we can invite the interaction from, I think there is somebody already raised the hand. Now we can ask the people to interact with us. They can say their views, they can ask questions, they can add to the information whatever is they want to say. I think we will have it for another 5 minutes because it is almost going to be 6:30. Now we want to close it by 6:35 or 6:40. So let us now have an interaction so that the people who want to say, they can say. We will listen.
Sir, excuse sir. I have another work. Shall move, sir?
Yeah, you can. You please.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we'll have interaction. We will have interaction with the participants.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
We will have interaction.
Thank you.
Dr. Zarina, you can invite responses from the participants if there is anything. There is somebody already raised the hand.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I request the participants to raise.
There is somebody raised the hand. Who is that? Somebody raised already hand. Somebody raised the hand already. So anybody else would like to interact or say something? Otherwise, we can close it. Among the participants, Dr. Zarina, you want to say anything? AR is there? AR is there?
No, just now left, sir.
Okay, AR is not there. Okay. So you say if you want to say anything, then we can close it. Or in the meantime, if they want to say anything, they can come online and ask the question.
Dr. Jagati, will you please speak, madam? Jagati, madam?
Anyway, go ahead with your presentation.
Okay. Madam,
hello.
Please. Yes, madam. Please, madam.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am. Thank you for arranging such a good event, sir. It will be helpful for our students who are the first generation who will be voting for the first time, and we'll disseminate this information for all others, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for arranging such a good event. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
So anybody else want to say anything?
Any student, if you have any doubts or
Otherwise, we can conclude it. They can ask question in Tamil also.
தமிழ்லவும் கேட்கலாமா क्वेश्चन? எதனா டவுட் இருந்தா சொல்லுங்க. இன்டராக்ட் பண்ணனும் சொல்லுங்க. இல்ல நீங்க எதனா ஆட் பண்ணனும் சொல்லுங்க.
So otherwise we can conclude it.
Yes,
Dr. Zarina.
Yes, sir. I wholeheartedly extend my vote of thanks to first our Senior Regional Director, Dr. K. Pannirselvam sir, for organizing this program in a very shortest time. I am thankful to Tirupal sir, the Revenue Department Head, Senior Revenue Officer, for sparing his valuable time. I am thankful to Dr. Jagati, Dr. Prem Kumar sir, and all the participants who all participated in this program and made this program as successful. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.